What's going on, guys? Mike here, out on another adventure. This one actually just fell on my lap randomly. I was out hiking a few weeks ago and stumbled on some pretty awesome stone culverts I wanted to share with you guys. So let's turn this around and give you some beautiful views of these stunning culverts I found, and hope you guys enjoy them. So let's turn this around and let's get started. Yeah, if you could see in the distance here, that is the trail that I was hiking, and as I was approaching the top, right up here, I was blocked by some trains. So I was trying to figure out a way to possibly get past the trains, because they were going to be there for a while. It was a long train, and didn't know how long I was going to be on this side of the tracks, and it was getting late, so I decided to look for a plan B, and what I stumbled upon was pretty awesome. So I'm going to pause you right here and I'll show you what I found. Okay, so we just crossed the road area here and making our way down. And this right here is a creek that leads out into the river. It was completely dry a few weeks back, and I figured follow the riverbed down and I'll eventually reach a set of culverts like this where the tracks are, and I'll be able to get to my destination, back to the car. Well, pleasantly surprised. I was in for such a nice treat. And again, this whole creek here has been, I want to say, redeveloped from all the coal mining damage that's gone on. And as you can see, there are houses and everything in the back. These are just hidden right in plain sight. But you can see the new stones here, and all the river rock has been dug and new stones have been put in to reduce, I guess, the ash and waste from the coal mines. But yeah, as you can see, this is what I thought we'd be going to. And these are giant, probably 5-foot culverts. And at the time, again, I could have just easily walked through. And with that rain we had, you just see how clear that water is. But yeah, it's going right out to the river. And there are fish here. Strange enough, when I was walking down before I started filming, I did catch a big giant fish. He was caught right over here in the rocks. I'll play that footage right now. Look at the size of that fish in this little tiny creek. Yeah, so let's take a walk upstream and we'll make our way to the first culvert. Here we go, making our way through this final stretch, and when I was coming through here the first time, this was completely dry. So let's get this turned right over and check that out. Zoom in a little bit for you. Yeah, I did not expect to walk into this monster. I literally was expecting to crawl through an aluminum tunnel. But yeah, just watch our footing on these rocks here, and just look how massive this tunnel is. quite impressive for how small this little creek is. Must have been massive. And while there's a school of fish right there, let me see if I could zoom in, get a shot for you. Yeah, we got a school of fish just in the water here. But wow, let's take a walk through, guys. Incredible. So here we are, and just a magnificent stone culvert here, guys. And just think, I was expecting nothing more than just an aluminum pipe to go through. So cool. We found this. And it doesn't end here. This is just one of them. There's another one all the way around the bend of this creek, so we got a lot more walking to go. Such a cool find here. I mean, just look how magnificent all this stone is with the concrete. Reminds me of that the last railroad tunnel I went through, actually. The one off of the highway. Looks very similar. But let's go through, guys. So here we are entering this massive bit here. And again, look at just the sheer size of this and the massive echoing. Luckily we have this little ledge here to crawl on. But again, solid flow directly through. So cool. And again, I believe this was used for the mines that are across the street here, which hopefully I'll get to show you the area they were in. But wow, it's just massive. And here's a little interesting part. This looks like a newer version or a modified version. As you could tell, the difference in the concrete. This side looks more modern in front of us here. And then I'll turn around and you can see this is more like, it almost looks like a railroad tunnel. And here's the transition point. We're going to be making our way out. So here we are in the back end of the tunnel. Again, just a massive tunnel. And that's right over 3 sets of railroad tracks. So that's how I got out But let's keep going. We'll follow the creek up and get to our next part. Well, we're making our way upstream a little further, and right above us here is the old rail yard, and that's what we just passed under, and this is the way I got out. And Main Street is literally right here, and I was able to cross and get to my car. But I did follow the stream first, which again, I was grateful to do. So let's go forward and show you what else I found. Well, look at that, guys. Just in time. I would have got stuck again, but made it through the secret tunnel. And these trays are long. If they stop here and get going, sometimes they reverse and switch tracks, and yeah, it's a pain to get across. And there was no way I was crossing the tracks with those trains on there, moving or not. You just never know. So safety first. A little further, and we are right next to the road here. This used to be one of the old sections of Main Street with the bridge, and yeah, not in the best shape. But we're gonna crawl underneath there, and if you could see right there, it's another section of Culvert. So let's go. Well, here we are. We just made it onto the older bridge, well, underneath the older bridge of the old Main Street. And let me just back up here and show you the state of this. Here's that old bridge. And you can see it's connected right here to the second giant stone culvert here. Again, guys, look how blessed I am to find these right here in plain sight. And again, just right above here, it's a main street. But straight ahead is where the mines used to be. So let's take a walk through here, take a beautiful look at the stonework here. And again, this is flowing quite nice. They said that I think about 80 or 90% of this creek's flow is lost to the mines. It all goes underground before it reaches the river. So we had a lot of rain the past few days, and again, it probably was super high in here. I'm like 2 weeks out after all the good rains, and it's still probably up to your mid-shin. But again, just look at that old bridge there. There's actually a house right next to it, which is kind of weird. But yeah, again, just absolutely beautiful. See all the stalactites. Gorgeous. I was actually thinking about stealth camping in this one. Before it gets too warm, it gets overrun by bugs. But just again, right in plain sight. I lived here my whole life and never knew these were less than a mile from my house. This whole area here was all mining at one time. There's an old remnants of what's left of the breaker back this way. Maybe if you guys want to see that, I could show you that in future. But I believe they did such a great job of reworking this Kaiser Creek and making it clean again. Well, cleaner than it was. This was probably loaded with all ash and silt before. And as you can see, it's pretty crystal clear. And on the other side, there are fish, tons of them. So that's a good sign. Years ago, you wouldn't even think about going anywhere near this water with all the pollution from sewers and the mining draining into it. It's a mess. But they did a great job of conserving it. And here we are, the front side of it. And again, there's Main Street right there. You see the cars going by. It's just incredible. I love these stone arches. They're just beautiful. I hope they stay here for a long time. Again, you don't see these crumbling like modern architecture. Well guys, it's starting to rain out here. We had a beautiful afternoon. Just starting to pick up with the rain, but I'm glad I got to show you guys these awesome culverts. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'll be back filming a lot more. So I just want to say thank you guys for sticking with me through this year of non-filming. And for you guys just watching, go ahead, like, subscribe. I'll be doing a lot more backpacking adventure videos in the future. So this is Mike from Out Naturing. Keep it real, guys. Thank you.